What's up, guys? DC Universe Online, and today I'm going to talk to you about the best way to get marks of victory, which should come as common sense to most people, but just in case. What you want to do is make sure you're running content within your relevancy. So for me, I'm 151. I'm going to be down in tier 7 running these four. Corrupted Zamaron, Flash Museum, the Demon's Pit, and Wasteland Wonderland. You know, if you're obviously just starting out, you're gonna want tier 1 stuff, maybe tier 2, depending on your combat rating. Because if you're just going for marks, it really doesn't pay me to run these two. It doesn't pay me to run tier 6 or tier 5 stuff. It doesn't pay me to do it unless I'm hunting for the feats, which I'm not. Not at the moment, anyway. But, as always, you never know. And then you want to make sure you're doing all your daily stuff, all my duos, so I can run these four every day, and get marks. Then go to your four-player alerts, make sure I'm running Desecrated Cathedral and Demon's Plan every day. And that's a great way to get marks every day. Also, make sure you're doing your weekly contents. All your raids. So for me, it'd be Bombshell, Unholy Matrimony, Blackest Day, and Blackest Night, and possibly the elite versions as well. Same with over here. You know, you want to make sure you're running the elite versions if you have the elite options available to you. If not, like up here, you don't have that. So, yeah. You know, make sure also, if you're worried about getting the marks, you know, sometimes when you beat a boss, you have the option to select an additional mark. If the gear is not, you know, what you're looking for, make sure you select that extra mark, because as always, it's gonna add up, and it's gonna add up nicely. Because currently, I think I have like maybe 26. So that's not bad. I mean, I'm getting there. Remember, the cap I think is still 100, and when you're going to the vendor, make sure you're selecting the right rule. Not that it needs to go without saying, but sometimes, you know, you're scrolling through here. Oh, I'm DPS, but look at this. I'm gonna grab a tank ring. I have no use for that. Not in my current rule. And also, what I like to do before I spend any of my marks of victory, since they're, you know, you work hard for them, you want to spend them wisely, right? Get the best bang for your buck. I always wait until I'm done doing most of the content at the end, for me at the end of the week, where I would have the chance to get the better raid items. So for me, it'd be Blackest Night for the most part. I would wait until I ran that, and if I did not plan on spending a replay badge or any replay badges, I would then, if I did, then go to the vendor and buy the gear piece I'm looking for. Because it would suck if I bought, say I just had 60 marks, I ended up buying the chest piece for 60 marks. That's a lot of marks, you know, that's a lot of saving up for. And then I decided to, hey, I'm gonna run Blackest Night, and I end up getting or whatever raid, another chest piece that's 132 or whatever, and it's a higher combat rating, it gives me better stats. I just wasted 60 marks for nothing. So think about that. I mean, something to think about when you're spending your stuff. But you know, that's what I like to do. That's how I do it. And you know, just make sure you're spending your marks wisely and doing those dailies. Everything, do dailies every day, and then work on the raids. That's what I do on Thursdays with resets. I will start every day. I go through and looking for group and look for DC and Demon's Plan here, and I give a few minutes. If nothing pops up after looking at over here in the chat box, then I'll go do some duos or Deep Desires solo, you know. Or also, don't forget the vault. That gives you 1 mark every day too, so that adds up too. And then if nothing's popping up over here that I'm looking for, I'll go to the raids, but usually I wait for the raids after I already done the alerts, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. But that's just how I do it. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.